So we did it again. This video has kind of been a long time coming, but not really. We hit 200 subscribers, which is crazy that like 200 different people at least thought my channel was good enough to hit them with a little subscription. You know, that's like very cool. You know, they're like, man, this guy is, I kind of like this guy. Let me hit him with a little, let me hit the little red button. Like, I think that's kind of cool. So we're here. I'm doing this again. I don't have a good reason. At 300 subscribers, I probably won't do this again. Maybe. I don't. It depends how long it takes me to get there. These types of videos, they're very fun to do just because I get to talk about every single series that I own, which is awesome. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah. Like this type of content isn't something I want to do like once like every month or once every two. I don't really like that. So if I hit 300 subscribers way too early, I just won't do. I'll just wait for 400 or wait for 500. I just don't want to be making videos where I have like only 40 volumes added to my collection, you know? And I don't have that much manga added to my collection since the last video. I'm really just doing this, well, yeah, show off the new manga I got. And two, I rearranged my entire collection. I don't know if you've noticed, but people who have watched the channel before, if you go back to previous videos, this layout is entirely different to what it used to be. I changed it all back. And I was going to make it into a video, and then I accidentally deleted the footage. So, you know, whatever. Let's just get to it, because this video is going to be like an hour long. So, yeah, let's head to the shelf real quick. Wow, look at all the manga. Let's start at this top shelf right here. We're starting off with my favorite series of all time, Haikyuu. Ones 1 through 45. I think when the Haikyuu movie comes out, I'll probably do a giant review of this series. That'll be like in depth and all that stuff. But for now, you have some pretty shitty videos on my channel talking about what is my favorite series. They're not good videos. Don't watch them. But eventually I'll get to why I like the series. I just don't really want to talk about it now because we'll literally be here forever. Next, we got Your Lie in April. Another amazing... Oh, let me say this. Every single shelf has like an important part to like why it's on this. Like every shelf has like a theme. This shelf, it's just manga that I think are masterpieces and that I absolutely love. Your Lie in April, obviously, masterpiece. I watched the anime of this actually after I read the manga. Didn't like the anime as much, honestly. Don't know why, because this is music, so, you know, it's kind of weird. But, you know, and I'm expecting the anime would be a better format, but I don't know. It's really the ending that got me so hard. And every single volume has a moment where it's just so amazing. Like every single volume has a moment where I'm rethinking my life, or I'm crying, or I'm laughing, or I'm experiencing some kind of wild emotion. Every single volume has that, and it's an emotional ride like throughout the entire thing, and it's such a beautiful story. I highly recommend it. But if you're not a manga reader, go watch the anime because you can actually hear the music in that. Next, we have The Horizon. I'll probably do a review of this. It's good. Like this is the masterpiece shelf. What do you expect? I'm not gonna talk about it much though, because I would also be here forever. And also check my other reading logs. I have a bunch of reading logs. I go in depth on why I like The Horizon. I don't know if I do with Blue Period. I don't know. Volume 13 I've read, but whatever. Next we have Blue Period, volumes 1 through 13. I'll go to the next shelf after this. Again, there's like, honestly, in my opinion, go to my anime list. My list on my anime list. I have like a short 2-sentence reason on why I like some of the series I like. Some of them. I'm going to try to get more notes for all of them. But go to there if you really care about my opinion that much. I doubt you do. But if you really do, go to there. Because I don't really want to talk about why I love Blue Period much. Because again, we will be here forever. Quick summary. The main character is absolutely amazing. I love his journey. There's not one thing I dislike about it. He seems like such a teenager. He's very much teenager-like, but he's also a very mature person, and he has flaws. That's also what I love about him, is that he's a flawed character that has issues and problems, and he says things that hurt other people on accident, but he's overall a good person, and he's someone I aspire to be to so much because he follows his dream. Even if he's in a tight financial situation or if he's in tight circumstances, he says, fuck that, this is what makes me happy, and he drops everything, and I love it about the main character. And that doesn't talk about any of the rest of the characters that are all so amazingly written on the same level of him. Like, the cast of characters is so good. It is so good. All right, down here we have the rest of Blue Period, and now we have The Boxer, the first 4 volumes. Same author of The Horizon, so this is obviously going to be good. And guess what? It is good. So, you know, good for me. Volume 5, I just bought Volume 5. It's coming soon. So, you know, I'll wait for that, I guess. Next, we have Blue Lock, Volumes 1 through 10. Again, amazing sports series. Give me one second. I'm going to grab the chair so I can sit down. I'm very sore. We got Blue Period. Again, one of my favorite series of all time. Not for a good reason, though. It's not like it incredibly, like, makes me ponder life. Well, sometimes it does. It has a lot of unique themes that it delves into. And even if you think they're right or wrong, I think it's interesting that the author chose to tell them this way and chose to tell these themes. And I think they're interesting things to talk about. But volumes 1 through 10, and it's like so good. It's some of the best sports theory I've ever seen. And I'm a very big sports guy. I watch a lot of sports. I play a lot of sports sometimes. I mean, I used to when I was in my good old days. But a lot of these sports manga resonate with me. That's why Haikyuu is my favorite series. And I think Blue Lock, on a fundamental level, has better sports theory than Haikyuu, which is crazy, but I do believe so. Definitely not a good, like, okay, let me explain this. If you do not watch soccer or football or whatever, I do. I watched this way before I ever read or even heard about Blue Lock, but I've been watching soccer for a while. All the moves in here, like, are cool to me. But if you have never watched soccer, they're not going to be cool to you, which sucks, but, you know, whatever. Next, we have Real. I've read the first 3 volumes, and I have volume 15. Crazy. I have a crazy haul coming soon with this series in mind. I can't wait to talk about it. I don't want to spoil it here, but let's just say, also, this is a masterpiece. Okay. Next is Blue Box. This is definitely here. I read volumes 1 through 7. This is definitely here. Like, it's not on the same level as all these series. These series are, like, my favorites of all time. This is just an amazing, like, fun series. The romance is very, very good. It's very played out well. It doesn't get boring at all, but it also doesn't feel rushed. It's paced very, very well. The art is incredible. It looks good. It's fluid. It's smooth. I don't have very big problems with this. Just for the fact that it doesn't get me on an emotional level as some other of these series. But that's, like, totally okay. Next, a bunch of sports series that I like on this shelf, that obviously. Next, we have the Shuzo Oshimi shelf. So, we have Happiness, volumes 1 through 10. It's a good series. I've read all these manga. It's good. Probably my second favorite Shuzo Oshimi work. Flowers of Evil is my least favorite, by the way. It's really good. Honestly, a lot of the characters don't seem fleshed out at all. Like, they seem kind of boring. And I think Shuzo Oshimi has a problem with characters that are just evil for no reason. Like, there's a character that comes up in, like, the second half of the series who is just evil, and we don't even know why, or, like, why he's like this. Which is, like, cool, whatever. Next, we have The Flowers of Evil. This is very good. Also incredibly weird. It's disgusting, but it's also really good. A lot of Shuzo Oshimi works play with the idea on how manipulative a young boy can, like, how easy it is to manipulate a young boy. And I think Flowers of Evil does it best. Blood on the Tracks is definitely a close second, but I think Flowers of Evil does it best. Showing how fucked up you can really take for this young child who's, like, totally normal. and how much you can like break down their mind and really just, whatever. Next is Blood on the Tracks. One of my favorite series of all time. It's incredibly creepy, incredibly like surreal and screwed up. I don't really think I need to talk about it that much though. Down here we have the horror shelf. Rest of the Blood on the Tracks, volumes 1 through 15 here. Next we have PTSD Radio. I've read the first volume. It's pretty good. The first volume is really good. Only problem I have with it, there's too many stories in it. It's like a collection of stories, kind of, and it's weird. Next, I'm going to run through some stuff that I haven't read. Hashtag Dracula, or just DRCL, as I like to call it, haven't read. Diet have not read. Dorohedoro, I haven't read. Dark Gathering, I have read. I didn't really like it very much. I'll buy the second volume, but, I'll try my best. The Summer Hikaru Died, I haven't read. Uzumaki and Drifting Classroom I have. What was that voice crack? Good series, just, I think it's way, like, the characters are too not well written for me to like them. Alright, next, up here in the next shelf, we have Goodnight Poon Poon. It's 1 through 7. I've read this entire thing. I don't know. I don't have, like, a main thing about this. I feel like anything you hear anybody else talk about it, I'm going to say the same thing, so there's no point in talking about it. Next, we have Homunculus, volumes 1 through 3, kind of, but volumes 1 through 6 out of 10. But, Homunculus is weird. It's a weird series. It's a disgusting series, too. A lot of people were telling me that, like, after this volume, they were like, I'm not reading the series again. And after reading the second volume, I can be like, yeah, that's fair. I don't want to read it again either. I would never want to reread this series, but it's on an interesting ride. And I'm like so invested. I kind of want to see where it ends. I really do. Next we got Planetes. I have volumes 1 and 2. Volume 2 is in my room. I'm reading it right now. It's very good. It's a very good series. Don't have many issues with it. I feel like it's a story about finding what your life's purpose is and just, like, what you were meant to do in a world. And, like, it plays with a bunch of really cool and interesting themes, and the art is very good. Don't have many problems with it, just it feels very episodic, and it can get boring very fast. But the characters are very good, too, as well. Next, we have The Girl from the Other Side. Haven't read these volumes. I thought this would be, like, a good place to put them. This is the fucked up shelf. So, awesome. Next, we have the Paru Itagaki, I think is how you pronounce it. Paru Itagaki shelf. We have Beastars, volumes 1 through 22. Beast Complex, and Drip Drip, which is the one-shot. I'm a big fan of Beastars. Beast Complex is very good. It just obviously doesn't hold the same emotional weight as Beastars, in my opinion. And Drip Drip is also very good. I think the author is really good at creating these really screwed up moments that get you really invested into the story because, I don't know. I don't really know why. It's really good. It's really good. I think the second half of Beastars is definitely a lot more drawn out than it could be. And they like in the final couple volumes, they're still like introducing new characters that are important to the story. And it's weird. It's definitely weird. But I actually really like the ending. A lot of people say that they didn't like the ending. I really liked it. It was good. It was a good ending. Next, we're going to sit down. We have Alice in Borderland, volumes 1 through 8. This is the Haro Aso shelf, by the way. Volumes 1 through 8. Volume 9 will be coming soon, next month. Well, in 2 months. I'm filming this in January, but when I mean next month, I mean I just pre-ordered everything that I want in February, so, when February comes around, at the end of February, I'll pre-order everything I want in March, so, Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead. Oh, yeah, by the way, did I mention this is a masterpiece? Okay, next. Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead, volumes 1 through 12. I'm a big fan of the series. That's kind of really it. I'm a really big fan, though. It's very good. I hope that I don't really have much to say about it. It's funny. It has good themes. It has good characters. It's hilarious, okay? It's just hilarious. The story is fun. The art is amazing. It's very fluid. It's very, like, I love the detail. Volume 13 is coming soon. We're in, like, a moment right now in the manga that's very depressing. It's very scary. There's a character who's, like, very close to dying. I really hope they do not die. So, that's the idea. I hope they do not die. Next, we have Hiding Closer, volumes 1 through 7. This is also really, really good. The ending is amazing. I love the ending of Hiding Closer. And I've also heard the ending of Alice in Borderland is amazing as well. So, whenever the end, apparently this author does endings, like, incredibly well. So, I really want Zom 100's ending to be good. If it's good, it'll, pop up on my list. Ending saved the series for me. The series was good. It was like a 7, 8 out of 10. Bumped it up to a 9 immediately with that ending. Well, bumped it up to an 8. It was like a 6, 7. But it bumped it up to an 8, 8.5 out of 10 with that ending. It definitely did. Next, we have the 2 shelves that I saved for Naoki Urasawa. And I've only read one of Naoki Urasawa's series. So, first we have Monster. I have read none of it. I read the first volume, but, is that really anything? I heard it's good, so I'll read it eventually. I do want to have a month in this year where I read a lot of his works. I want to read Monster and Pluto, maybe 20th Century Boys if I have the chance, but, that's wishful thinking, because these are 2 big series. Speaking of Pluto, we have Pluto. Again, haven't read it yet, and haven't read 20th Century Boys. Down here, hopefully you don't see my feet, we have Asadora, volumes 1 through 7. I don't know if you can see that, because these volumes are falling, man. Volumes 1 through 7. Very good. I read the first 6 volumes. It's really good. I really like it. It's interesting with all these, different stories, combining into each other with this, kaiju-type monster and stuff. It's a very cool idea. Next, we have Master Keaton, volumes 1, 6, 7, 9, and 10. I picked up 6, 7, 9, and 10 at Half Price Books, and I picked up volume 1, so, don't know when I'll give this series a try, but I will eventually. Next, up here, we have my shelf that is sad for no reason, and my fucked up shelf again. Another one of these. We have Perfect World, volumes 1 through 12. Haven't read it. I read the first volume. Fucked me up a tremendous amount, and if it gets worse from here, I think I might have to sell this off, because it'll do too much emotional damage to me. Next, we have A Silent Voice, volumes 1 through 7. I've read this. It's, really, really good. Yeah, it's really good. Next, we have A School Frozen in Time, volumes 1 through 4. I have a review on this. I actually think it does hold up, but I'm in, a different room and stuff. My manga collection is very small. But, volumes 1 through 4, I basically just said that I think the ending is garbage, but whatever. Next, we have March Comes In Like a Lion. I heard this is amazing. I have some freaking beef with Denpa. I know it's 2 people in the entire company, but Denpa, can you please put out volumes more often, okay? I don't even care if you schedule the volume for 6 months later. Don't lie to me, alright? Okay, whatever. I'll get to it when I get to the series, because I have more manga made by Denpa. Next, we have Boys Abyss, volumes 1 to 3. I've read the first 2 volumes. I've made clear why I don't like the series. I like it, but I have some issues with it that I don't think people are talking about. And I don't like, there's some parts about it that I just don't really care for. So, Next, we have The Golden Sheep, volumes 1 through 3. It's good. It's really good. It's very mature. I don't know. I don't have many negatives with it. It just didn't do anything for me, honestly. It was a manga that on paper I knew was good, but I would never go and revisit it. Maybe that's a sign that I should sell it. I don't know. I should sell it. Next, down here, we have all the Smart Shonen Jump series. We have Death Note. We have the first 6 Black Edition volumes. I read the first 2 volumes. I'm in the middle of the 3rd volume. I'll read it eventually. I don't know. I'm watching the anime right now with my dad, actually, which is funny. So, whenever whenever we get to parts of the series that I haven't seen yet, I'll start reading it. Next, we have volumes 1 through 10 of The Promised Neverland. Again, I read the first 2 volumes. Not much about this series that I know of. It's very good. It's very smart. I really like it. Very strong start. Heard it falls off, though, a lot later in the manga. Next, I have Dr. Stone. All of it, volumes 1 through 26. It's a good series. I read the first 6 volumes. Not much to say here. But I honestly am really interested in picking this back up again. Especially since I have the entire thing. So, there's like no excuse, but it interests me. Next, I have Bakuman. I bought the box set. Haven't picked up a single volume. But I heard it's a manga about making manga. And that kind of interests me. So, whatever. In the chair now. Next, we have The Shelf of Food Wars. Volumes 1 through 36. I've read to volume 30. I'll finish the series eventually. Seems like we're getting into like the final arc. One arc. Which is very exciting. I'm a big fan of Food Wars. I think it's just a ton of fun. The last arc, hands down the best arc in the series. It was really good. Next, down here, I have Kaguya-sama Love is War. This is the funny romance shelf. And guess what? I don't really like romance that much, so I only have 2 series here. Well, 2 series that would fit. Kaguya-sama Love is War, volumes 1 through 27. Waiting for volume 28 to come out. And then I'll read the rest of the volumes. I've read to volume 25, I believe. So 26 and 27 I need to read. Next, over here, we have, I know it's blurry. All right, you're just going to have to deal with it. The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You. I have the rest of the volumes up here, so I'm going to talk about it up here. Volumes 1 through 8. Amazing series. Amazing. So funny. Art is great. Like, I can't even stress to you how funny this series is. It's so good. It's hilarious. All the characters are great. Super fun dynamics. And, it's just good overall. And I've never expected, a harem manga to get me into my feels. And I don't even like harems. I hate harem anime and manga. I dislike them. I despise them. But this is the only one I can read. And maybe it's because it's not really a harem. Because, harems are which one will the boy choose to be his girlfriend when everyone is his girlfriend, So there's no losing girl. Maybe that's why I like this manga instead of other. And maybe because, the main character is actually, a good written character. All right, next we have volumes 1 through 90 of One Piece. I've read to volume 61 right here. It's my second favorite series of all time. Not much to say about it. I've read a lot of it. I've read a shit ton of it. But there's just not much to say. Sorry, someone was calling me on my camera. There's just not much to say about it. With these series that everyone talks about it, I struggle to come up with something new to say about it. So usually I just talk about its flaws because I'm the only one who can pick out One Piece's flaws, but whatever. But this series is amazing. The only reason I haven't read the entire thing is because I'm waiting for the 5th box set to come out because I know it will. And when it does, that's when I'll binge the entire thing. I'm literally just scared of getting. I've gotten to points where I'll read 20 volumes of One Piece straight with no stopping. That's what happened when I got to Water 7 in Ennis Lobby. I just ran through that shit like crazy. Well, I got to Skypiea and then here, and then it was super easy. But I'm honestly just scared of getting into a groove and then having no One Piece to read. Because this is my comfort series, so, that'd be fucked up. Next, I have the first 27 volumes of Naruto, the first box set. I think this is the ending of Naruto, and then it goes to Naruto Shippuden. But I might be wrong on that. Naruto, haven't read it yet. I was gonna read it. I don't know. I just don't really care to read it right now. But I have it. It's awesome. I have it. Next on here, we have the Bleach first box set. Amazing. 9 out of 10. This was awesome. I love the Soul Society arc. That show was so good. So fire. Character arcs were amazing and well developed. The fights were sick. The paneling was amazing and the art was amazing. Alright? Ichigo as a main character, love him. All right, so many hype moments, like the character designs. Oh my god, so many good things about this series. But I heard this is the peak, so that kind of scares me. That we're not gonna get any better. But you know, it'll get. I'll probably still have my fun with it at least. Next up here we have. Oh, by the way, this entire like thing was big 3. So obviously. Next we have the Tatsuki Fujimoto shelf. We have Chainsaw Man, volumes 1 through 13. Volume 14 is in the mail. I read to volume 11. I heard that the second part isn't very good starting off. So, isn't very good starting off. So I want to collect a little bit more of those volumes until I like binge it. Because I really liked volumes 1 through 11. Big fan of it. Didn't really like this first part. Until we got to Katana Man, I think it got very, very good. I think that's when it started hitting its peak. Next, we got the 2, like, collection of one-shots. They're okay. They're one-shots. You don't really get attached to anyone, but they're fun stories. Next, we got Fire Punch, volumes 1 through 8. I've read this. It's very trippy. It's very weird. A lot of great moments, but it's weird because every single time I feel like the story's going somewhere, it just goes the opposite direction. Not in a good way, too. Next, we got Look Back. This is, like, okay. It was good. Next, we have Goodbye Eri. This was amazing. I loved Goodbye Eri. This gave me, like, Your Lie in April vibes, honestly. At the end, it gave me Your Lie in April vibes, which is always a good thing. Because Your Lie in April, 3rd favorite series of all time. So, you know. Next, we have Hell's Paradise. We have volumes 1 through 13. I've read to volume 5. I'm planning on finishing this series eventually, especially when the anime starts adapting more of it. And then I would be able to, like, catch up, you know. That'll give me an incentive to read. And then we have Ayashimon, the same author of Hell's Paradise. Crazy that this series got axed. It definitely wasn't amazing by any stand. But it had promise. It was good. It had promise. Like, it wasn't bad or anything. So it was crazy that it got axed, you know? Shonen Jump won't have anything else but perfection. You know what's crazy? Shonen Jump has axed so many series nowadays that Viz Media is starting to print axed series. Like, series that were canceled and only had, like, a volume, 2 volumes, 3 volumes. Like, what's it called? Super Smartphone? Super Smartphone is getting a physical release. That shit got axed a while ago. Black Torch got a physical release. Ayashimon got a physical release. It's crazy. Next, we got Jujutsu Kaisen. I read to volume 3. I hate to be that guy. It's mid. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, it's not good. It was this volume when Gojo did his, like, domain expansion or whatever. Very good. That domain expansion, like, that segment of the manga, hype. That was very good. But the rest of it was kind of boring. All right. Next, we have Dandadan, volumes 1 through 6. Read to volume 5. Love it. Loving it. Amazing. I'm honestly saving this series for, like, okay. A lot of these series, I don't, like, the last volume or 2 volumes I haven't read. For example, Dandadan, Boys Abyss, Blue Box. Why? I'm waiting for August, my birthday month, to read all these. Because that, I think, will be very fun. That's going to be amazing. It'll be a fun time. Next, we have Soul Eater, volumes 1 through 12 of the awesome editions. I don't know what they're called. Perfect editions. I'm in the middle of volume 5 right now. As you can see, the bookmark is right there. Well, I'm, like, at the beginning of it. But I'm reading it. It's good. It's, like, really, it's good. The vibe is sick. The characters are sick. It's just a sick series, but I'm not going to be, like, emotional. But that one, what was her name? Corona? What was her name? The pink-haired girl. Her backstory was very cool. I really liked her backstory. Next, we have Blackguard. My least favorite series of all time. This series sucks. Characters are boring. Art is not good. The story is boring. They go through super shallow character arcs. The story is not engaging at all. It's like the craziest, like, 3 out of 10. It was so boring. I struggled so hard to get through this series. Next, I have Hunter x Hunter, volumes 1 through 10. I've read to volume 9, I believe. No way. What's volume am I on? I don't even know, bro. At this point, I don't even know. Volume 6. I feel like I've read volume 8. Whatever. I'll look somewhere else. I'll figure it out. But I read somewhere in Hunter x Hunter. I'm loving it. Very good. I don't know. I'll just have to collect the rest of the series. Probably later this year. I don't know when. Maybe when I start running out of volumes to read. Next, I have Canyon Cigarettes, volumes 1 through 6. I've read all of them. Volume 7, it's on its way. So, you know, that'll be fun. Next, I have all of Gantz, volumes 1 through 12. Amazing series. Love it. People said I was going to hate the ending. Love the ending. It's a great send-off. I think it's very rushed, but it's a very good send-off. And the character arc for the main character is like, it's so good. Throughout the entire series, he has an amazing character arc about valuing human life. And it's like, it shows, right, especially at the end. Oh my god. It's very, very good. But there are definitely a lot of problems with it, which I won't get into. But next, we have Black Clover and Black Torch. Both series that were canceled on Shonen Jump, if you didn't know. Black Clover was moved to Jump Giga, whatever that means. And Black Torch was just straight up canceled. So, you know. I'm not even going to talk about the series. They don't mean that much to me anyway. Next, we got Full Metal, volumes 1 through 18. Oh, no. Volumes 1 through 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 18. I really want to finish this series. I'm really just waiting for volume 11. If anyone wants to sell me volume 11, that would be epic. I've been, every single day, at least once a week, I will go on Google Shopping and search for volume 11. Or I'll go on Crunchyroll and search for it. By the way, this is, what's this author's name? Hiromu Arakawa. That's this person's shelf. So next we have Silver Spoon and Diamonds of the Shadow Realm. Silver Spoon I really want to read. It's very interesting. Or I heard it's very interesting, so I'm very interested in this. Diamonds of the Shadow Realm. I'm not super interested in reading this, but I know it'll be good because it's the same author. And I know it'll be good. Alright. Alright, next we got Slam Dunk, volumes 1 through 31. Again, as you know, sports guy, one of my favorite series of all time. It's good. It's amazing. It's everything I could have wanted in a sports series. Only issue, the first 7 volumes maybe? Until they meet Mitsui, it's shit. It's so boring. It's not funny. It's boring. I don't care for the characters. I don't care for the story. I don't care for anybody. There's tiny little moments that I'm like, oh, this shit is kind of cool. But until we meet Mitsui and that bloody and tearful, oh my god, that was so good. And the rest of it just stays at that peak for the rest of the series. It's crazy. I'm not going to pretend that Haikyuu didn't have its, moments where it got a bit boring. It did, you know? But, I think Haikyuu had a better ending. I didn't really like the Slam Dunk ending all that much. It was a good ending. I thought they could have done more. Alright. Next, we're going to go to Vagabond, volumes 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. I read the first 3 volumes. Probably my least favorite Takehito Inoue work. But it's still, amazing. I've only read the first, 9 technical volumes, because these are 3-in-1s, but whatever. I've read the first 9 volumes. Honestly, my favorite part of the story is when the characters are just talking. The fight scenes are kind of boring to me, honestly. When the characters is walking around and talking, it's my favorite part, because they're growing as individuals. The characters I love so much. I love this guy right here, the monk. I love him. He's my favorite character. Whatever. Next, we got Villain Saga, ones 1 through 13. They're not really here for a good reason. I put them here because I didn't know where else to put them, so they're here. I might move these volumes to a different shelf and put them with the Planet Test volumes because they're the same author, I believe. I don't really have much to say about the series. I'm in volume 2 right now. It's okay. It's good. The art is very good, but it's good. you know. But I heard it gets a lot better later on, so I'm excited for it. Next, we got JoJo's. The first part, the first 3 volumes. That's all I have of it right now. I've read it. It's good. It's a lot worse than I thought it would be. It's very disappointing as a series. The art is very clunky. It's very stiff. The power system is boring. Hammond, like, what the hell is that, bro? The characters are boring. Except I really like Jonathan and Dio. I like their relationship and their like duality with each other, and they're like, and how they're both like incredible foils of each other and their character designs. Big fan of those two and their relationship. Everyone else could go die on a cliff, honestly. I don't really care. Like when this guy died, Hammond guy, I like did not care at all. I liked him, but I had no emotional attachment. Next we have Kaiji. This is what I was talking about with Denpa. I'm pretty sure Kaiji Volume 5 was supposed to release in like October or something. Never did, and now it's supposed to release in March. Let me guess, it's not going to. Which is like, take all the time you need, but also don't lie. If it's going to take a year to release a volume, go say it'll take a year. Don't be like, oh, it'll be in the next fucking 3 weeks. Like, don't fucking be like that, all right? Just, don't give me false hope. But yeah, Kaiji, amazing series. I love it. I'm so waiting for Volume 5, bro. It'll come eventually, bro. I swear. I swear on it. One day. Next, I got Tokyo Ghoul. Volumes 1, 2, 3, 5, and 13. I really like it. It's a good series for the first 3 volumes. It's interesting. It's fun. I really like the themes. And the idea of like what is a ghoul or like what is a human. The art is very good. I don't know. I've heard it's like can get very, very edgy and like very like, middle schooler type thing, but it hasn't really gone there yet. There's some lines in Tokyo Ghoul that are like, okay, like shut up. Just wait until you have to pay tax. I mean, he's a college student, but But like there's some lines that I'm like, okay, buddy. You read a little bit too much fan fiction. It's your bedtime, go to sleep. But overall, it's on a steady pace of like actual good writing, which is surprising because I've heard the opposite. Next, we have Under Ninja, another Denpo work that will never get a volume 4 because they just don't like making money, apparently. For the first 2 volumes, again, I'm saving volume 3 for a rainy day, especially my birthday month, August. It'll be good. It'll be fun. I'm a big fan of Under Ninja. It's good. It's very like, I don't know. I can't really explain it. It's just a good series. I just like it. It has a good vibe to it, Next, we have Fist of the North Star, the first 4 volumes. I got them at half-price books. Haven't read them yet. I heard it's, like, okay, though. So, I don't know. We'll try it out. I'll probably sell them, though. Next, down here, we have Record of Ragnarok, volumes 1 through 9. Read volumes 1 through 8. Loved it. Big fan of Record of Ragnarok. Art, fight scenes, characters, everything's great. I don't know. Volume 9, again, saving for August. Next, I got Windbreaker and Tokyo Revengers. They're a very similar series, even though I haven't read Tokyo Revengers. Windbreaker, I'm a huge fan of. It's so much fun. It's so good. It's like, it's so good for the wrong reasons, too. Like, it's not emotional. Like, I'm not invested in the characters, but it is literally just a shitload of fun. And that's what manga is supposed to be. That's what entertainment is, Entertainment is a shitload of fun. Tokyo Revengers, again, haven't read. Rooster Fighter, I read the first 4 volumes. Volume 5, again, saving for August. Well, August manga log or whatever, the reading log, it's about to be crazy. It's going to be like 100 volumes, bro, I swear. Next, we got Choujin X. Haven't read. One Punch Man, I have read for the first 3 volumes of owning 5. I don't want to talk about the series because I don't have anything good about it to say. It's a great series. Art is very good. I just don't like I get it. It's a subversion of shonen tropes, but also it's just not a good series. It's just not good. I'm not invested in any of the characters. They don't feel this is boring. It's just boring. All right, next I got Mob Psycho. I got volumes 1 through 8. Volume 4 is in my bedroom. I'm gonna read that soon, probably after this video. Yeah, I don't really have many things to talk about. It's a good series, though. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Over here, we have Crazy Food Truck Driver, volumes 1 through 3, haven't read. Innocent, haven't read. Oshinoko, I haven't read. Claymore, volumes 1 through 27. I've read the first 3 volumes. I've read the first 6 volumes, excuse me. Volume 6, like verse 3 were like kind of boring. And then it got a lot better to volume 6. I really want to read volume 7, but I got other stuff to read right now. So if I have time this month, I will read volume 7 though. Next, over here, I got Grass. Amazing, like 9 out of 10. It's on the cusp of masterpiece. It's so good. Killing Stalking. I read the first volume. I haven't read any of these. Weird series. Definitely don't want to read that again. The Breaker. Haven't read. And Jungle Juice. I have read. It was in a manga recommendations video. So one of you recommended it to me, and I read it, and it was actually pretty good. Next, we have the Attack on Titan shelf. I'm not going to talk about it too much. I'm on volume 18 or 19, I think, around there. I haven't read it in a while. Eventually, I will get to it, and I'll start at volume 1 again, and I'll read the entire thing. Next, under there, we have Sakamoto Days. I've read all volumes. It's really good. Action's good. I'm just kind of going to fly through these because I kind of want this video to end soon. Next, we got Mashal, 1 through 14. I read the first 3 volumes. Funny, very good, good one-liners. Everything's good. I got Undead Unluck and Helk. Haven't read those yet. Same thing with Shonen Note. Boys Soprano. Haven't read it yet. Blue Giant. I read the first volume. It's very good. I'm very excited to read it. I know I'm going to love it. Wand Dance. I read the first, 7 or 6 volumes. It's good. It's just good. Banana Fish, Made in Abyss, and Elusive Samurai, I have not read. Okay, we got one more shelf, boys. If you've stayed, oh, look at all these boxes. Awesome. Next, we got Berserk, volumes 1 through 10, and volume 14. Not much to say, because I haven't read it yet, but I do plan on reading this soon. I know it's going to be a masterpiece, whatever. Next, we got Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun, volumes 1 through 5. I read the first 3 volumes. Really good. I really like it. I don't really have a reason for not reading these 2 volumes. I could just save them for August, but I actually am pretty interested in finishing this series and reading, the entire thing. I got My Dress Up Darling, volumes 1 through 10. I've read volumes 1 through 10. It's okay. The beginning, it's, very, very boring, honestly. It's, there's, no reason I'm still collecting this series. I'll finish it, but it's so boring. Summertime Rendering, volumes 1 through 4. I haven't read it yet, so a lot of these manga I just haven't read. Shoten is not one of those. I've read the first 3 volumes. Really liked it. Big fan. I know I'm gonna love the rest of it. It's by not the author, but the artist is the same artist of Death Note, and the art is very good, so makes sense. Go Loser Ranger, volumes 1 through 7. I read the first 5 volumes. Definitely got a lot better with time. It's a very weird series. It's going in a direction that I don't really understand, but it's still really good. So, I'll plan on reading these 2 volumes soon. Golden Kamui, volumes 1 through 13. I've read to volume 4. It's boring as hell. I'm probably going to sell it. Or I've read to volume 3. I'm on volume 4. There's just too many words, man. Too many words. And it's so long. Alright, we got Spy Family, volumes 1 through 10. I read to volume 7. Same thing with basically Golden Kamui. It's just boring. I just don't care for it all that much. Anya is cute, but that's where my positives end. Art's good. The story's good. Whatever. Gleipnir, volumes 1, 2, 3. Haven't read yet. Whatever. Demon Slayer, have read. It's okay. It's good. It's just good. The art is awful. The art is very okay. It has a unique charm to it for being bad. And there's some moments that are good drawn, but other than that, it's not good. It's just not good. It's just really not that great. And I have the side story of Demon Slayer. Next we have Dead Demons. I haven't read it. Sayonara Football, I have not read. Ajin, I have not read. Down here, we have a bunch of volumes I have not read. Akane Banashi, I haven't. All You Need Is Kill, I did. It was very good. I recommend it. It's a good manga. The Batman one, I haven't read. Ride Your Wave, I have. Again, it's okay. It does what it needs to do. Spider-Man, Fake Red, I haven't read. Look what I did there. Magi, Parasite, Haven't read. The Kingdom of the Gods, I have. I got a half price books. Again, this one's also okay. It's like two weird stories that are like it's like they're good. They're good. Art's like amazing though. The art is really good. I'm a big fan of the art style. Next we got Fire Force. Haven't read. Call of the Night, Your Name, Hellsing, Marriage Toxin, Steel of the Celestial Shadows, and Barakamon. I have not read. And down here we have Kaiju number 8. I read the first 5 volumes. It's okay. Girls of the Last Tour. I read the first 2 volumes. It's okay. Woo! There we go. That is all the manga that I own in my collection. I think it's around 1,000 volumes. I think more than that too. A lot more than that. I'll put it in the title. So, to get those good clickbaity views. Thank you for watching if you didn't just skip to the end. Alright, I'll see you later. Bye.